For today's math lesson, we are going to be completing a reteaching activity together. Yesterday, we finished our last lesson in topic 6, so now we are going to be preparing to take our test. You will need to open to page 275 in our Envisions Volume 1 workbook. If you need to pause the video to grab your workbook, now is a good time. We are first going to begin with Set A. Set A says, you can collect and sort data into a tally chart. Jimmy asks 10 friends what meal takes the longest to eat. His tally chart says longest meal. The choices were breakfast, lunch, dinner. We are going to use the data from Jimmy's survey to solve each problem. Number 1 says how many friends said dinner was their longest meal. Look at our tally chart, find dinner, and count how many friends voted that it was their longest meal. Remember that when we have 5 tally marks, we draw the 4 straight lines and the 5th tally mark goes diagonal. So here we see 5, 6. 6 friends said that dinner was their longest meal. For number 2, it says how many friends said breakfast or dinner was their longest meal. We need to use the tally chart and count both breakfast and dinner choices. For number 1, we said that 6 friends voted that dinner was their longest meal. If we take the 6 from dinner votes and add the breakfast votes, how many votes do we have for breakfast? 1, 2, 3. Add those together. What do we get? 6 plus 3 equals 9. So 9 friends said that breakfast and dinner was their longest meal. Now let's look at the picture graph at the bottom of the page. The picture graph shows Jimmy's data using objects. So it takes our tally chart and now it is just showing the results as a picture graph. Each one of the blocks shows one friend's answer. For breakfast, there are 3 blocks. This shows the 3 tally votes. For lunch, there is 1 block. This shows the 1 vote. And for dinner, this shows the 6 votes. Three friends said that breakfast was their longest meal. So this part was already filled in for us. We can look back at our tally chart and our picture graph and count the 3 votes for those friends who said breakfast was their longest meal. Now, let's write an equation to answer each question below. For question number 3, it says, how many more friends chose breakfast than lunch? We have to fill in the equation blank minus blank equals blank. we know that we are going to be subtracting in this problem. We are seeing how many more friends chose breakfast than lunch. How many friends chose breakfast in the picture graph? 1, 2, 3. We are going to write that total number at the beginning of our equation. 3 minus. Now let's look at lunch. One student said that lunch was their longest meal. Now we subtract. What is 3 minus 1? If you have 3 and you take away 1, your answer would be 2. 2 more friends chose breakfast than lunch. On number 4, it says how many more chose dinner than breakfast. Just like we worked in number 3, we are going to subtract again. Let's count the total number of friends who said that dinner was their longest meal to eat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Write the total number of dinner votes. Now we need to subtract how many students chose breakfast. 1, 2, 3. Subtract to solve the problem. 6 minus 3 equals 3. 3 more chose dinner than breakfast. You can check your work by looking at the picture graph. We see that both had votes for breakfast and dinner, but after breakfast votes ran out, there were 3 more dinner votes. For set B, it continues on our workbook page 276. For set B, it says you can use data in a picture graph to ask and answer questions. Mary asks 16 of her friends for their favorite activity. She records their answers in a picture graph. The picture graph says favorite activity. The results show soccer, tennis, and running. We are going to use Mary's picture graph to answer each question. Question number 5 says, how many people chose soccer or running? This can be solved 2 different ways. You can use subtraction or addition. Let's begin with subtraction. How many friends were asked total? $16. We are going to take the total number of people that were asked their favorite activity, and we are only talking about soccer or running. The people who voted for tennis will not need to be included in our data. So we are going to take the total number of students who voted and subtract the students who voted for tennis so that our answer only includes soccer and running. Let's count how many students voted tennis as their favorite activity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. we are going to subtract 16 minus 7 to get our answer. What is 16 minus 7? You may use your paper or a whiteboard to work out your answer. 16 minus 7. Sixteen minus 7 is equal to 9. We can check our answer by then counting the total number of soccer and running boats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That checks out. To solve by addition, if we just want to know how many people chose soccer or running, we will again count only the soccer and running votes. 4 friends voted for soccer and 5 friends voted for running. What is 4 plus 5? 9. By using subtraction or addition, we were able to get the same answer of 9. On our last problem, number 6, it says, Mary asks some more friends and they all chose tennis as their favorite activity. Now the number of students who like tennis is the same as the number of students who like soccer or running. How many more friends did Mary ask? Explain how you know. Let's think about thinking habits. What are the amounts? What am I trying to find? It says that Mary asks some more friends and they all chose tennis. But now, the number of students who like tennis is the same as the number of students who like soccer or running. We know from our work in number 5 that 9 students said that they liked soccer or running. So in our work down here, I'm going to write 9 and I'm going to put S/R just to remember that 9 picked soccer or running. And you can put a different note if you would like. And we know from our picture graph that 7 students chose tennis. So I'm going to write a T for tennis. If all of the friends that she asked voted tennis as their favorite activity, and now it is the same number as the students who liked soccer or running, we could take the 7 students who voted for tennis and write an equation. We know that the number is going to be equal to 9 because it said it is the same number as the students who like soccer or running. So 7 plus what number would give me 9? 7 plus blank equals 9. Seven plus 2 equals 9. So how many more friends did Mary ask? Mary asked 2 more students. That completes our reteaching activity for today. We will do a few more review activities before we take our test. If you have any questions so far, or there is something you are not sure about, please ask me before we take our test. And I will see you later.